Hello and welcome. Week 2 of the community Cookalong. My name's Hannah. This is Chris. I'm going to do proper introductions in a moment, but I'm just going to give it a few seconds for people to filter in, get yourselves comfortable, get ready, and we will all start properly in a minute. So we've got all of our ingredients ready. Hopefully,
can everybody see us all right? Remember, there is the Q&A. I just like talking to nobody, sorry. I'm expecting somebody to jump out the screen and go, yeah, I can see you, brilliant. How did everybody get on with last week? Even if you didn't cook at the same time as we did you try it in the week, put those things into the question and answer thing that you can obviously tell us how you got on last week? What was the taste like? Did you add anything? Did you take anything away? How long did it take you to eat the 4 portions or however many portions that you got out of last week's green veg pasta? How long were you eating it for?
I've still got some.
Brilliant. There you go. See, it's a gift that keeps giving.
It does.
It's a gift that keeps giving. So you can still post the pictures if you've got pictures of people eating. It doesn't matter that it didn't happen on the same day. We know that we had, how many people did we have watching last time?
45.
Very good. So there should be lots of full 40 people. Like 40 families that are very full from a great pasta dish from last week. Still posted pictures. We've had some great pictures that have come through. Looked better than the one I created, if I'm honest. Probably as good as the one Hannah did. But nevertheless, I'm okay with it. Hope you enjoyed it. And then I'll just be quiet now.
All good. Thank you. Right. So I think we've had some more sign-ups since last week. So if you weren't with us for week 1, very quick overview. So my name's Hannah Marsh. I am Head of Health and Wellbeing at Stevenage Football Club Foundation. So we are the official charity of Stevenage Football Club. We're based out in the community doing loads of different programmes, trying to help encourage people to live healthy, active and positive lives. Community Kitchen is one of our programmes, and this is very much the sort of model that we do in Community Kitchen, but a virtual one, so we can get loads of you involved. And this is my colleague Chris.
Sorry about the plug, by the way. It's just because we've got lots of things going and lots of batteries that needed charging and things like that. But yes, my name's Chris. I own a company called Food for Fuel, which is a meal prep and catering business that caters for everybody from professional athletes, professional sports teams, right the way down to those people that are just doing it for convenience or just like a home cooked meal and don't want to bother cooking. Not you lot, because that's why you're here. Yeah, so I've worked in the industry for about 10 years. 10 years we worked out last year. That does make me feel very old still. It's a joy to be here. And I'm very honoured to be part of this project. It's a great project, and there's been some great footage and feedback from last week. So long may it continue.
Amazing. The whole programme, massive thanks to our partners and our stakeholders within the programme. So that is Letchworth Garden City Heritage Foundation, North Herts District Council, Stevenage Borough Council, Hitchin and Whitwell Primary Care Network, Icknield Primary Care Network, and a number of Stevenage GP surgeries as well. So without everyone's support, we couldn't be bringing you this. So very grateful. So basically, again, if you weren't here last week, hopefully you have had all of you've had your recipe, so you've got all your ingredients ready to go. We are going to do everything with you. So we're going to prepare all the vegetables, we're going to get everything going, and we want you to cook alongside with us. As Chris already mentioned, we have a Q&A function.
Got something already.
We have got some things in there already, which is amazing. I shall look in a second in more detail. But we want to hear from you. I don't just want it to be us talking at a screen for the next hour.
It's very lonely, if I'm honest. That makes me feel as if someone is actually out there. So that's always good.
Absolutely. So who have we got today? Let us know how many of you are there. Have we got families? Have we got young children? Have we got any grandparents? We really want to know. So stick stuff in the Q&A. We'll even give you some shout outs as well if we see it. So
like I said, the main thing about cooking is preparation, application of heat and timing. That's all it is. There's nothing more scary than that. So as you can see, we've got the same setup here. We've even got all of our equipment ready. So we've got knives, chopping board, we've got a whisk, grater, and then we've got all of the ingredients that were listed on there. Well, I hope I have, otherwise I'm going to get told off. Have I got everything on there?
I made the recipe card, so
yeah, no, but if I ever put it on the board, it's my fault technically, isn't it? What's it say? Yes,
we're good.
yes, we're good. We're good. We're very good. So we've also got a bowl here for like any excess or rubbish, so that it's easy. So it's all under one sort of particular umbrella here, and then we've got our preparation pots over here if we need them. Okay, so it's really important that you just try and set up. We want you to cook along with us, but if you've not got it all together, you've still got a little bit of time while we fill.
Phil. Yes. Speaking of filling, just a couple of things. We've got someone who said, love the dish last week. We'll definitely make again. Yes. That's brilliant.
That's all we need. Right, see you later.
Yeah. No.
In the meantime, I am just going to go and put the kettle on. Is that all right?
Yes.
Okay.
What, for a cup of tea? No.
The thing, it says on the top.
It is. Yeah, so Chris is getting the water boiling ready for our vegetables to go in. So now is a great chance to go and do that. If you need to go and put the kettle on or boil the water on the stove. Jill has asked, can the measurements be halved from today? Yes, they can. The only thing you might need to consider is that you might need a smaller frying pan because there won't be quite as many eggs to fill it, and so it might turn up a little bit thin if you did it in a full size frying pan. So if you did half the quantities, you might just require a smaller pan. Yeah,
traditionally a frittata is reasonably thick, which is why you'll see in the processes that we're going through that it does. Obviously, we're using a hob and we're using the grill today. So if you like it says, if you are cutting it in half, just bear that in mind. Otherwise, it'll just turn out like a big omelette.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it a Spanish omelette, a frittata?
Potato in the Spanish omelette.
Ah,
so we haven't got any potatoes.
Is it? Learn something new every day.
Got to some shout outs. So Kate and Poppy, hello. Thank you for putting it in the chat. So Poppy 7, we love that. There's never too early to start cooking. Never.
Is Poppy in the chat?
Well, I assume Kate is the one that's put.
I was just going to say, it's a fair play to Poppy for being way more savvy and techno savvy than potentially I am, because that's how long it's taken me 4 hours to set up all of this.
Oh, right.
Every week. It's not got any better every week.
Emma from Stevenage with 3 children. Hello, up Stevenage, we love that. We've had someone said, I loved last week. I ran home from school today so I could do it. Thank you.
Fitness and food.
Yeah. Perfect.
Who is that?
Perfect. E.
Well done, E.
There's no other, the rest of it but E.
Well done, E. Very good.
Helen and Sophia here.
Hi, Helen and Sophia.
Hello. Are you Helen and Sophia who's been on Community Kitchen before?
Oh, so they're regulars.
If you came to one of our Community Kitchen programmes, hello. If it's not you, then welcome to the new friends as well. Right. Hopefully, I think everyone's ready. Kitchen hygiene, though, super important before we actually do anything.
We're going to do that now.
So we do need to go and make sure our hands are nice and clean. I literally just watched mine before we came on. But go and get those hands nice and clean and dry. I'll let you go and do that. And then we're going to get ready and start cooking. I'm going to talk a little bit more about kitchen hygiene later on when we're trying to do some more filler, because you'll probably notice from this recipe that it's actually only going to take about 25 minutes and we've got the whole hour.
Well, we hope it's going to take 25 minutes. Let's hope it goes 25 minutes.
Now, although you are cooking along with us, if at any point you're behind, it's absolutely fine. Don't worry. If you need us to go over anything, stick it in the Q&A and we'll always answer the questions. We've got a grandmother, mum of 3 children. Siobhan's. Yay!
Well done, grandmother.
Yeah, excellent. That's all the family, that is. We love that.
Okay.
Amazing. Right, shall we?
Yeah.
Shall we get started?
So as I said, I'll put the kettle on to boil. You'll hear the whistle in a minute. Okay, but we've got all of our ingredients that is weighed out here. We're using frozen veg. Again, the same things as we said before. If you can use fresh, great. If not, frozen is actually more cost effective. And also you can obviously use it, put it back and place it back in the freezer. I've still got peas and spinach in there from last week. I'm not going to lie. Probably should take them back with you, Hannah, because I don't think, I mean, I love peas and spinach, but there's a lot. So we've got everything that we need in our ingredients here. Now we're hoping that we're going to get Hannah to grate this week, because it didn't happen.
I know, I talked about it last week.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about it. And if you see me slyly just come in and just grate some cheese, but it's okay. She's gone through the training. She's okay with it. We've got a big grater here this week, so you can't make any mistakes. Having said that, it's probably more dangerous, but we'll go with it.
I'll be all right.
Okay, so we're obviously going to wait for that water to boil, but as we're doing it, we've obviously got the heating of those things as well. Should we break some eggs?
Eggs, and we need to chop our tomatoes as well.
Which would you like to do first?
Let's do the tomatoes first.
Okay, good. Okay, so we're going to use the same. These ones have obviously been pre-washed already. Okay, so what we're going to do, you'll see loads of people online put a plate down and everything else, like try and cut them all at once. We're not MasterChef. We're not trying desperately to do anything at any rush. We're nice because, you know, we're just going to take our time. So again, we're just going to try and find the flat area. Is it quarters or halves?
Halves, please.
Halves, please. So you're just going to place your finger. Can we get that in there?
Yeah, you're in.
So you're just going to place your one flat bit, so where the actual stem would be, place it on the top, and then just run the knife all the way through, and then place it over. So you're keeping your fingers out of the way. Do you want to do the health and safety thing? Because I've got an adult with me.
Yeah, I am an adult here. Just a very quick reminder, I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but supervise young children with knives. There are such things as child-friendly knives that you can get, obviously nowhere near as sharp as these ones, which are great for little ones in the kitchen. But if you don't have access to any of those, which is not a problem, lots of supervision, or adults, you know, do the sharp knife bit. Which I can't believe I'm letting Chris do, to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say adults a stretch, but I'll go with supervised child, if you like.
It is Helen and Sophia from Previous Community Kitchen. So
yeah,
good to have you back. Amazing.
Part of the old school.
Love that. And then we've got a 9-year-old with their mum as well. Don't know the name, but hello.
Okay, very good, nice and easy. What's next, Hannah?
So we can crack our eggs. 8 eggs, which seems like quite a lot. But it's going to be worth it.
There's a really big part of me that wants to do the TikTok thing and smash it on your face.
No.
But I wouldn't. Put in the chat if you wanted to have
No.
Okay, so again, it's very straightforward. We've got a separate bowl here. We've got our shells here. We're going to try and do it without. Now, you'll see people crack it do it with a knife. The reason why you don't do it with a knife is because if you hit it with a knife, the shell bits go inside. So the easiest thing is just to literally tap it on the side, place two thumbs in, and please don't get in here. Shell check.
He's done good.
Yeah.
Well done.
There we go. So nice and easy. Just a simple crack on there. Just break the edge. Put your thumb through the little the film that's underneath, or the inside sack, and then you just split it. Try not to squirt it everywhere like I did in the first one. I'm going to admit to it because it's on video.
Recorded as well.
Yeah, recorded video, so there is proof. So as you're doing this, someone taught me this trick the other day. If you do put a piece of shell in it, the easiest way to get it out is actually just to use the other half of the shell. Just pick it out. Not that was a bit of shell, but I'm just proving, because I wouldn't do that professional.
Oh, I need to go and take the kettle off.
Oh, stand by your beds. Hannah's in the kitchen. I'd just like to say, if no one's supervising me, who's supervising Hannah? It's a question. Remember, I'm just a hired help. That's all I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You've got enough?
What do you mean? You said 8?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just double checking.
Oh, you do.
Lack.
Live, everyone. This is we were saying this last week. Yeah.
You've made me doubt myself.
You don't know what's going on.
Next.
So need to give our eggs a whisk. Is that my job?
Well,
wonderful. Thank you.
Seeing as you did a great job last week of being involved. Hold on, let me swap. Look,
I've just realised the microphone is in the camera a little bit. There we go. That's better. Right. This is a really little whisk. We just literally.
You can use a fork, by the way.
You can use a fork indeed. We start to mix them all together. So we're breaking the yolks.
That's quite good over the side of the table. I'm quite. Yeah. I can literally just see if anybody's, remarking on your extensively great whisking action.
Yeah. So what you probably noticed is there's actually not a huge amount of preparation that's going into today. So we called this like a brunch recipe. So brunch is perfect for a weekend, like I said, Saturday, brunch, for those that don't know, it's like breakfast and lunch combined. So like at 11 o'clock kind of meal. So we appreciate that you might not want to be doing loads and loads of work at lunchtime to prepare a meal. So this is super simple. Just to do a little bit of prep. And then, oh, I've just spilled the egg homemade. Clearly, licking and talking and whisking is not my absolute forte.
But also, just like to add, as you heard the kettle go off, Hannah just turned the kettle off. We didn't put it into the saucepan. That's why we have one of those trays where it captures it, and it's all clean, so just put it back in. Perfect.
How's everyone getting on? Appreciate that if you are cooking, you may not have the time to then put stuff into the Q&A, but do keep us posted as and when you can how it's going. And again, if you do have any questions, just ask.
That's an executive method.
Clearly multitasking.
Right, so we're going to go back to step number 1, which is I'm going to go and put our veg weighed out. So there's 300 grams of frozen veg in there. If you've weighed it out before, it's probably starting to kind of defrost anyway. So I'm going to go and put that into a saucepan of boiling water. Should take 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. You want it to be a rolling boil, so you don't want it to be like a kettle bubbling. You just want there to be little bubbles coming up, and then because obviously this being frozen will drop the temperature of the water. So bear that in mind, and then it'll just come back up. And we want our veg to be, obviously this is frozen, but we want our vegetable to be reasonably cooked through, because remember, we're still going to cook it under there. Shall I put the grill on at the same time? Or a bit early? No?
I think a little bit early. A little bit early. Shall we take the camera over? Because we're going to just do the eggs next as well. So it might be a good time to take you on a little journey across the kitchen.
Okay. I can do that.
Yeah, we'll turn that camera off so you don't have to witness the whole kitchen. There we go.
That's not touched me.
No. While Chris is doing that, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about kitchen hygiene. So obviously we've washed our hands, we've done stuff like that. I've got very, very long hair. So always tying long hair back, because the worst thing is if you're eating and suddenly you find a hair in your food. That's just not good. So we always want to tie hair up. Obviously kitchen safety, we need to be really safe with knives, with graters, so always supervising. But just because you've got sharp things doesn't mean that we don't want younger children to get involved. And like I said earlier, I don't actually think there's an age where you can't get young children involved. So I have a 3-year-old and she comes in the kitchen with me, and I love getting her involved with stuff. So as I'm sure many of you know, it was pancake day on Tuesday, so I had her helping me stir the batter, and then she ate lots of pancakes afterwards. But there's lots of things just to be really mindful of within a kitchen, but again, nothing to stop you having all ages, because once you start getting young children involved with cooking, like it becomes a habit and it becomes fun for them, and we're just really here to promote that. Are you all right over there, Chris?
Yeah, I was just wondering whether my camera angle is correct. And then
Oh,
I
yes.
was waiting to show and tell.
Yeah, looks great.
Okay, so you should just be with me now. We're going to put a little bit of salt in the water, just like we said last week. It just adds to a little bit of flavour. So it means that we don't necessarily have to have too much seasoning. So a couple of pinches, so it tastes a little bit like seawater. Remember, we're going to get rid of that anyway. It's just cooking liquor. We're not actually going to drink it. It won't be very nice. Okay, so all we're going to do is just empty that in.
So Jill's just asked, have we started to boil the veg? Hopefully this answers your question. Literally going in now. So
Jill, Jill, it's almost as if we were so in sync and you're part of the team. Thank you.
I'm moving the mic over here as well, so we can make sure we get.
So as you can see now, you can see that it went from a rolling boil to just kind of like dropping in temperature, which will just bring it back up to boil. So obviously the heat is going through the veg at this present moment in time. But what you then see, once it comes back up to the boil, it's probably 1.5 minutes by the time it gets there. Okay, you can add a lid if you want to. It's entirely up to you. But for the purpose of this, we're not going to. So, pan on the heat.
I've had some lovely comments. So someone said this is really fun. Yay! This is the main thing. So Community Kitchen, our whole programme is about putting the fun into meal times because it can be. It doesn't have to be an arduous task. You can have so much fun in the kitchen.
And also, if there's something edible at the end of it, it's always a good thing.
Absolutely. And it's super healthy. It's nutritious. We're really conscious that the cost of living, we don't want to be like you having to cook stuff that costs loads of money. So you're looking at this dish. It comes in at about 82 pence per portion. So it's good for cost effectiveness. Someone else has said, I have anxiety. This has helped me find something I love.
Oh, I love that.
So anyway, it's just a safe space. So I really appreciate you sharing that.
That is great.
Oh, look, I'm in charge of the great thing now.
You don't necessarily have. Go on, you carry on. I didn't even touch. It's a microphone. Sorry if that went really loud.
Literal mic drop.
Yeah. Once again, back on the grater. Can you see the excuses that come? Oh yeah.
I didn't do this on purpose.
Hannah pulled the lead with her foot.
I did not. There we go.
And look at that. And as if by magic, the cheese is grated and Hannah is Halved.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
So I'm going to take all of this stuff across. As you can see, well, no, you can't because the camera's not there. I'll be quiet. Bye-bye.
Watch out! Don't fall over the cable.
Oh, it's like limbo.
Again, it's live.
Action shot.
Someone's done the veg already. That's brilliant. No worries at all. If you are ahead of us at any point, then it's all good. Crack on with the next step if you want to and if you're ready to.
And more importantly, do you want to come and do it next week?
And yeah, come along. You can help us out. That'd be brilliant. So we are going to. Have you put your frying pan on?
I haven't yet. But I'm going to put the grill on.
You need your frying pan on with some oil, please.
Now it.
No, I've got to test the veg. No, we're good.
I didn't really put it on my head, by the way. Right, okay, so I'm just going to place it on, and again, we're not going to use an awful lot of oil. So all we're going to do at this point is I'm going to measure it out. I'm actually just going to use a teaspoon and a half. Okay, this is the centre of the pan, nice and easy. I'm using olive oil. It could be vegetable oil, coconut oil, any other oil, and then
sunflower.
There you go. It can be all of those and the above. Doesn't really matter. So all we're going to do is literally just make that go all the way around the pan. And while that's heating up, veg. Did we report that the veg was done?
Yes, but it's got to go into the frying pan.
I know, but I'm going to drain it first.
Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. Otherwise, yeah, it's good.
Live check.
Live. Good. Having a great time, said someone, which is fantastic. Oh, I like this. It makes us good to know that we've got people watching along doing it.
Yeah, otherwise it's just a very lonely performance.
So you can't see this because Chris has taken the veg off of the hob, but he's literally just gone and drained the water out. And now he's going to put those vegetables into the hot pan, and it just helps to cook them a little bit more until they are nice and tender.
Even tomatoes.
You needed tomatoes. No, they don't go in yet.
I know, but it's going over there though, isn't it?
Well, they go in under the grill.
I like how it all in the air, all in the area. Otherwise, I'm all of it.
All prepared.
Okay, so I'm just going to drain that off. So we're going to get rid of that excess water because water and oil doesn't mix. Okay, so it's important that we get that off and steam that off. Then we're just going to add these into the pan. It's down the cooking. We're all right. Let me get this out of the way. And at this point, I am going to turn the grill on.
So get that grill nice and high with the grill.
So at this point, we can, if we wanted to, it's kind of a medium heat because we don't really want to overcook it. If you wanted to add, in fact, I am going to add a little bit of pepper. Nothing too stressful, just a little bit. And remember, we don't need to add any salt because we've obviously defrosted and kind of heated through that veg in that salt water, so you've already got more than enough. Was the veg all right when you taking it?
Yeah, they were really good.
Excellent.
Eggs.
What's next, Hannah?
Well, we didn't actually, when I was whisking the eggs, I didn't put any salt or pepper into the eggs. So there's something you can do whilst the veg is cooking off and just becoming a little bit tender. But again, it doesn't take very long. It doesn't take very long at all.
I mean, this is one of those recipes that is really like a quick and easy. Like, and also there's obviously lots of nutrients in it, and you're also getting protein in there, which is good for like boosting your immune system. It's also great for keeping you a little bit more full during the day because it will take longer to break down. And each egg you get 7 grams of protein. So if you're looking at most meals, you should try and get around 20 to 30 grams of protein. So we've got plenty in there, and it's a good start to the day or a brunch.
Absolutely.
Hence it being frittata brunches. What's next, Hannah?
We also need to put half of the cheese into our egg mixture. Now you've done your salt and your pepper as well. Please.
Can we see that on the camera if I'm doing that?
You might need to bring it where the hob actually is. Don't turn the hob on or else you'll have a scrambled egg.
No, it's all right. I'm a professional. So putting half the cheese.
Half the cheese is going into the egg mixture along with the salt and the pepper.
Yep, job done. Next.
How are the vegetables? Are they tender?
I would say yeah.
Okay. So egg mixture then needs to go into the frying pan with the vegetables. Give it a little shake.
Oh, I love the shake bit.
So it's all going in there. But hopefully your eggs will really fill the pan nicely. Cover all the vegetables. And then what you want to do is pull the egg into the middle. Okay, so hopefully you can see how that's all going through the camera there. But Chris is using a spatula just to bring it all into the middle, and it just helps the eggs cook all the way through. And it only needs to be a few minutes in this position. We're not making like an omelette, a traditional omelette in a frying pan. We are going to stick this under the grill with some more cheese. So just pull those eggs through, and they should just start to set, not cooked completely. We're absolutely smashing it for time. It's only 4:30, believe it or not.
Oh.
But we're doing really, really
You
well.
can watch me eat if you like.
Yeah.
I'm house trained and everything.
Nobody wants that. So last week, again, for those that weren't here, we were asking some questions about like, how do you feel when you cook at home? And how often are you cooking at home? Those questions are relevant again this week. So if you weren't here, let us know. Lettuce. Sorry.
My great joke.
The puns are just going to get worse the more weeks you come back.
Someone give us some extra ones in the Q&A. Sorry, carry on.
No, it's absolutely fine. Yeah, let us. Oh dear, it started.
Joke. That's quite bad.
Right, sorry, I missed a bit. What are we doing? So at this point, we have poured our eggs, which we've whisked up. The eggs have gone into the frying pan with the vegetables. So the vegetables have been boiled for a little bit, and they've been in the frying pan for about 3 minutes. And now we've added the egg in with half of the cheese, and it's just cooking away. We're looking to get those eggs just set.
So all I'm doing right now is just because obviously there's some bit more egg in the middle. So all I'm doing is just like turning the pan gently so it comes out all the way to the outside. And then all I'm going to do is go back and just bring that into the centre. There we go. Look. So it's nice and loose when we're out the outside. What stage are we going to do the next bit, Hannah? Or how do we know when the top is ready to go?
Well, when the eggs want to be just set. So that means that they're not really liquidy, but we don't want them to be solid or anything like that. So just about set, because then what we also want to do is stick our tomatoes on top.
Oh yeah, Tommy's. See, I told you I needed him over here.
To be fair, you did. So we're going to stick our tomatoes seeded up. Okay, so it looks just like in the picture, and it looks lovely.
I haven't got a copy of the picture. What if I don't make it look like?
Oh no! Here we go. Here's the picture.
What, exactly like that?
Exactly like that.
Wow, right, okay. Can I do that now?
You can.
Artistic impression. Can I do a smiley face?
No. I love this cooking course. So fun. This is just making my day. This is brilliant. Thanks, everybody. I do hope you're enjoying yourself. While Chris is being artistic with his tomatoes.
Like I've gone in with this at mine, so I think I'm progressing it instantly.
I'm just going to talk to you very quickly about side salad. So we've got a prepared side salad here already, but you can make anything that you want to go on the side with this. Now, appreciate that we're calling this a brunch recipe, and right now it's 4:30 in the afternoon, so brunch is over and done with.
But somebody might work night, so this could be a brunch.
That's a very good point.
You could have been on shift work.
That is a very good point.
Oh.
Well, no matter what meal this is of the day, you don't have to necessarily have a side salad, but this is a great option to have.
Oh, there is.
If it is a brunch option that you're having, but you can have other things with it. You could have additional vegetables on the side. You can make your salad whatever you want. So I absolutely love rocket. It is my favourite type of salad. I love the pepperiness of it. So we've got some rocket and some mixed leaves within our side salad, but you can put in anything else. Chris is looking at me with some cheese. Yes, absolutely. He's now done his tomatoes.
I think they look good.
And now he's scattering on some cheese. Sorry, I was ranting away about the side salad.
I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew what was going on next, because my eggs are at that stage.
It's all good.
Just saying.
So hopefully you can see there on the camera that Chris has now put in the cheese on top. Oh, beautiful. Nice close up.
Looks like an egg pizza. Anyway.
And now we're going over to the grill. So shall we move the camera again?
I can look at again now. I'll put the pan in. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I can give you a full-on action shot now. So as you can see, no, you know, can't. So it's kind of like the second shelf up, not the middle one, but the next one up. I'm just going to place it under the grill. You see that? What about that one?
Yeah, that looks good.
And now that's it. So all we're really doing now is just kind of finishing off the top of the egg and obviously melting the cheese. So that my my delightful tomato display will be available for everyone to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is literally going to take a couple of minutes. Don't let it burn. So don't ever leave anything in a grill unattended. You do need to keep an eye on it. You need to keep your oven door open with the grill as well. So just be conscious of that. And just keep an eye, like I said, so you don't end up burning anything, because we don't want burnt eggs.
See, this is the best bit where you're kind of sitting there going, is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? Can I eat it yet?
And when would you say is it ready?
Well, I would be looking for, obviously, all of the egg. You can see that the egg is just bubbling up around the outside, and obviously the cheese to be melted. But you want to be making sure that there is no, obviously the egg is fully into that cooked state. So let's have a look. Should we have a check?
You may want a oven glove if you find your pan handle gets hot. So I think yours is all right, isn't it? But just be really aware that if your pan handle is hot, use a tea towel or a oven glove.
Well, I think that looks good. Should we give it a little bit longer?
Yeah, let's give it a little bit longer. Where's everyone at? How are we doing? Are we under the grill, or is anyone a little bit behind?
Hopefully your food's under the grill, not them.
Behind you. Hope so. This we have a plastic handle on a family, so yeah, make sure that plastic doesn't go under the grill, because it very likely will melt. So make sure the handle stays out.
The other thing you can do is obviously you could wrap it in tin foil and then use so it just protects the plastic if it isn't plastic. So if you've got some tin foil, you can wrap it around the handle and then obviously use oven gloves and things like that so you don't burn it, just to protect it. Or if you've got another dish that you're quite happy to put in that will go onto the stove, then you're more than happy to do that. But most frying pans nowadays, I think there are some fancy frying pans where you take the handle off. I've never been a fan, but these ones are non-conductive handles, so we're all good with that.
They're all good.
Pan check. I've got to be honest, that's not far off the picture.
I've not actually. He's done good, isn't he? Give him a pat on the back. Right, I've got family that's on the grill. Perfect.
If I'm honest, I'll just have a piece of this.
Keep
Keep your pat on the back.
your pat on
I
the
had a large slice
back.
of frittata.
Lots of frittata. So I said, I love this glass. It's so fun. Yeah.
So if you're at this stage in a minute, what you can do is you can obviously just turn the grill off and it'll keep it reasonably warm. That's what I'm going to ping. Who wants to do that? And I'm going to bring the camera. Should I bring the camera back like a live shot?
Yeah, because we can then chop it up over here and plate it up with our salad.
Right, okay, so I'm going to bring this back.
I think it's a bit that way.
Thanks.
Can't see it now on this, so yeah, there you go.
Look. I've got to be honest, is that close? That's pretty close.
He's not done too bad, has he?
That is pretty close. I did think I would have gone a little bit too all in on the old tomato placement. I went down a rabbit hole with the tomato placement, if I'm honest. But I'm okay with that one. Let me get some plates.
This is the exciting part.
Well, let's hope.
So like I was saying earlier, we are really trying to encourage you to eat nice and healthily with all of the recipes that we're going to cook over the next few weeks. Appreciate that it's not always easy to eat healthily and that things happen. There are challenges. So I'd love to know, actually, if you get the chance, what do you find difficult about healthy eating? Is it that you don't know what is healthy? Is it the cost associated with it? Is it that biscuits are just too good and that you'd rather have biscuits than healthier food? Anything like that, because it's really good for us to know what.
Sorry.
It's all right, no, don't worry.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was trying to be quiet.
We just want to know what you find difficult, because then we can kind of learn how to work with you all and what sort of things will work for you as well to help encourage you to eat healthier and choose those healthy choices as well. Oh wow, I am 9. I made my own mini one and it's done already. You're 9 and you made your own.
Right.
Pat on your back as well.
Stop that.
Isabel is 9.
Stop that, please. You're making me look bad.
I think you've done better than Chris, Isabel.
Well done, Isabel.
Well
Very
done.
impressed.
Very impressive. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we love stuff like this.
Excellent, Isabel.
The puns, they're just going to
Better than the lettuce one, I feel. Okay, right. Here we go. So, side salad, as it is, you can, if you wanted to, you can put olive oil on it. You don't have to. Try and stay away from salad dressings that are in bottles. Plus, most of it's got stuff in it that you don't need. So when we're cutting it, okay, we're just going to use the back of just a normal, dinner knife, really. If you've got a butter knife, then you can. How big a slice would you like?
Oh my goodness.
How many tomatoes would you like?
Can I have like just a segment? Like
I wasn't going to give you all of it.
Thank you. Go pop. Someone said mine looks so good, I can't wait to eat it. Poppy who is 7 said the texture. I guess that in relation to what stops you from eating healthier. Totally get that. Sometimes it's just about finding what textures that you do like and experimenting. And I know that's not always the easiest thing to do, but if you can find 1 or 2 vegetables that you really like, then fantastic. Chris is loving this. But also, what we try and do with our recipes is try and put vegetables inside, so you don't necessarily always have the texture. So like we've got green beans in here, which could be one that people aren't a huge fan of, but when it's mixed up with your egg and all the other vegetables and all the other bits and pieces, and especially the cheese, sometimes you just don't taste it. So it's almost like hiding vegetables in there and enjoying them that way. But
also what I'm going to do is I'm going to obviously turn this over. And as you can see, there is a different texture on the bottom. Okay, it's not how you present it, but just to show you, this is obviously reasonably crispy at the bottom. Okay, and it is cutlery.
Thank you. Don't forget our side salad. Fiona said healthy snacks that can be more appealing to children than crisps, biscuits, and chocolates. Our meals in between are generally quite deathly. But these, is that what that means? Yes, but these weeks and ideas are great for thinking about costs. Amazing. And fruit, always a healthy option for snacks. Again, cost, that is what we are doing. I really want to show you that you can have healthy food and it doesn't have to cost the earth. Isn't that right?
It's very true. Just made mine look a little less.
Yeah.
Just looked like I'd failed on that one. That was the thing. Side salads, madam?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Is that sufficient greenery?
Beautiful. I made a mini one as well. I'm 11. No one else eats eggs in my house. So you've got it all for yourself. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah, eggs, obviously, this is a recipe that if you don't eat eggs, this is not an ideal one. But
yeah, there's not really an excellent alternative.
no, not this week, but we've got 4 more weeks after today. So hopefully we're going to have some more recipes that will cater for you. I will be telling you very soon what we're going to be making next week. Are you going to put some?
I like olive oil on my salad. That's all. Would you like a little?
I'm all right, thank you. I don't like.
And I've not really got anything on it, so it's literally that much. Nice and easy.
Well done. I'm so impressed with all these young people cooking away in the kitchens. So good on you. Seriously, it is really good, and hopefully you learn some stuff through doing this, and then you take that with you, and then start cooking for your families as well, and impress them with these newfound skills that you've got. This is the moment of truth now. We are.
Why not get it out? That's why I keep going back again.
No, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Bon appetit.
Yeah.
If you're ready to go and eat yours, don't feel like you've got to sit and watch us eat. But it's good. Right.
Oh yeah. Well done, Hannah. Well done.
No, you well done. You didn't cook it. I just come up with a recipe.
I think the cheese has been grated perfectly, and the eggs have just got that really nice. Like they seem like they've been whisked by a professional.
Yeah, clearly. Even though I felt a bit. No, that's really good. You'll notice, well, hopefully you'll notice that I put a little top tip on your recipe card. That because this frittata will actually keep in the fridge once it's cold. Please don't put a hot frittata in the fridge.
Especially eggs.
But once it's cooled down, you can put it in the fridge and it will keep for up to 3 days. So this can go in a lunchbox. So if you make this for your Sunday brunch, you've got Monday's lunchbox treat in there already.
You could also, once it's cold, you could actually use it as a bread substitute and put a filling in between if you wanted to.
That is really good. Really good.
Right, good.
Right. Next week then. Moment of truth, everyone. Next week.
I think we should quit now. I think the last 2 minutes have gone really well.
Very good. Next week is what we're calling the comfort food week. Okay. Now, comfort food, I think that can be taken in different ways for everybody. So one person's comfort food might not be another. So we've chosen this as what I personally love as comfort food. There are 2 elements. So you are actually going to get 2 recipe cards next week. Okay. So the main part of the recipe, we are going to be making a pea and bacon risotto. Okay, now if there's any Italians out there, technically it's slightly cheating with our risotto. We don't take as long as a true risotto, but I'll show you next week how we're going to do it. But it's still incredibly good. And then to go on side with it, we are making our own homemade garlic bread. And it's going to be made from yogurt and self-raising flour. It literally costs 27 pence a portion. So it's so much cheaper than what you would buy from the supermarket or get from somewhere else. And we're going to make it ourselves. I love it because you get your hands properly stuck in. So I'm going to do the garlic bread next week. And you can do the rest. You can do the risotto. So I'm hopefully looking forward to that.
You heard it here first.
You did.
And I quote, it's on record. There's lots of people.
I am going to get my hands in
Hannah
the garlic bread.
I can't wait to get involved.
Exactly. So it's not just going to be me talking, and hopefully I won't spill everything.
I'm quite glad that there is 2 recipe cards last week because I was just I'd lost the words had lost all meaning. I was just eating. It's so good.
Well, I'm glad he's enjoying it. Someone's off already, so I'm guessing that you're ready to go and eat your meal. So amazing. Let us know if any. Sorry, that lettuce. If you've already started, stick it in there. Tell us how is it.
If you've already started. Sorry, I'm just.
You're really enjoying it.
Carry on.
You're carrying on. No, this is really good. So send pictures again. Chris said it earlier.
Oh, I didn't cook a picture.
Oh.
You could have used it for the next recipe card.
No, never mind. Why don't you? Someone could send us one of theirs, and maybe you'll be featuring on the next recipe card. It'd be fun, wouldn't it?
I'd just like to say, look.
He's done good. So yeah, send us pictures. We love to see. Send us the feedback. We love to hear it. It's all what helps us to make this sort of stuff even better. And hopefully we'll see lots of you next week. We have finished a little bit early, but
so like this is obviously the full recipe. Okay, so if you're taking into consideration, you carry on and eat.
thank you.
So obviously you can see there it says that it's for 4 people. So obviously it's just into quarters. Hannah and I, well, we were a bit worried, so we only had a little bit. But I'm going to go back for a bit more. But in 1 second, I'll be back. So in answer to your no, I wasn't really worried. In answer to the half question. So this would be your, like, if you wanted to do it that way. So you're just making sure, so now you can see it, you've obviously got the thickness of it, you're just making sure that you're going to use a half, like a pan that's slightly smaller. This one's probably a little bit too small, but obviously you can make your own one in that one if you wanted to. So if you wanted to take it all the way down and just, you know, cut it into quarters, sorry, this would be a perfect little frittata for just one person. But that's not what we're about. We're about cooking it all together and then sitting down and eating and talking about it and seeing what you like and all the rest of it. But that was just your earlier question. I'll go back now.
Yeah, again, you know, whole community kitchen, Cookalong, we're really encouraging that family time. So once you have cooked together, please sit and eat together as well. It's such a good and valuable time. And I think we can all be a little bit guilty of being a little bit distracted. Sometimes, you know, the phone's going off or the TV's on. But when we do the face-to-face community kitchen, we always sit down as a group and eat together. Just, it's all about like having that time together. And then you can talk about what you've done, and then you can talk about ideas for what you could do next week. Like putting your meal plan together and budgeting and meal planning and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're normally we would sit down and eat afterwards, but obviously at this present moment in time, we want to know exactly what it tasted like and share that experience with you as well. And you know, it's like us sitting down at dinner with you guys because you're there. Hopefully you're enjoying it. We got any more feedback?
Yeah, Jill said thank you, tastes lovely. I'm glad you like it.
Well, don't thank us, Jill. You cooked it.
Well, very true.
we really just led you through the process, and if it tastes that good, we'll be round Friday morning, Friday brunch, about 11 o'clock. I don't have sugar in my tea. That'll be fine.
Brilliant. Right. Well, I don't know. We didn't discuss about what we do if we finish really early.
Well, no, I think obviously the key thing is, like I said, if we just go back over it. So the key factors are being prepared, having all your ingredients there, making sure that it's application of heat and timing, and literally just take your time. There's no rush to it. You're not racing to do it. Like, give yourself enough time to be able to be prepared and have everything ready. Like I said, like the way that we've done it, like this essentially is your kitchen side. And in an ideal world, my kitchen hob would be here. So I'm going to prep everything, get everything ready, everything that I need. Nothing. I've still got the recipe card just there. Don't be afraid of it. Go back to it. If you're not sure, reread it again, take your time. And then it's only really when you get to the cooking side of things, and obviously getting that timing. So we put the water on earlier, and then obviously we then turn the grill on when everything's going on. So it's just those little things, and don't rush it. Like, you can always turn the heat up. So when I was doing the eggs, when the eggs went straight in, I just turned the heat down a little bit to a medium to high heat, so that we're just cooking it gently. Because obviously normally if the eggs are on the bottom, eggs will cook really quickly, but any French chef will tell you eggs should be cooked slowly and with care and attention. You'll see all these people trying to cook scrambled eggs, or if you've ever been to buffets and things like that, they'll cook them as quickly as they possibly can. It should be taken slowly, you take your time, and then you end up with a frittata that looks like the picture and it tastes better.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel that like there's been a lot of success today, which is basically what it's all about.
And it's spectacular. Someone else, I'm definitely making this again. It's so good. Yes.
I mean, yeah, that's, and again, like we've used that frozen veg, which had beans, sweet corn, peas, carrots, and everything else. Again, if you've got other veg that's in there, it's like stick it to that theme. If you've got spinach, if you've got peas, if you've got kale, whatever you've got, same process. Make sure you defrost them in the pan, give them a little bit of heat, then give them some colour and some firmness in the pan. Have the eggs and the cheese put in together, then add that cheese and the egg mix on. Place your tomatoes into a very orderly fashion so it looks exactly like the photograph. I just can't get over how good that looks. And then the last bit of cheese on top underneath the grill. And just remember those safety points of, if you just be careful of the pan that's going to be hot underneath. Okay, if you've got a plastic one, maybe try wrapping it with tin foil first so it deflects the heat. Then have a oven glove or a very thick tea towel around the outside, just so that we don't really want to be eating with one hand because it's been under the tap. Okay, so the main important thing is being safe, making sure that your timings and preparation is right, and then it's just the application of heat, and then you can eat it as fast as I did.
One thing that actually you just made me think, again, we've used frozen mixed vegetables, but there's actually nothing to stop you using, say you've had a Sunday lunch, a roast dinner, and you've had roast vegetables and you've got loads left over. There's absolutely nothing to stop you using those roast vegetables in that. Yeah. It won't need as long. You obviously won't need to then boil like we did with the frozen vegetables, but you could whack them in to heat them up, then add your egg mixture. And then that's a great way to save on waste, because it's another big thing that food waste we really want to try and avoid. So you could use lots of odds and ends. Same with cheese, actually. We've used cheddar, but Christmas prime example. If you've got some, cheeses in, yeah, and you're thinking, well, what on earth am I going to do with this block of hard cheese that I'm not going to eat? Stick it in something like this, because you're going to have leftover vegetables as well. Also,
if you've got leftover bits from the night before, any meal really, like there's nothing to stop you adding. Like, obviously, this is a vegetarian dish per se, without obviously the eggs. But then if you're going to add in, if you've got some chicken or some leftover ham or whatever it is, like, let's see if you've got different ingredients. So it adds that little bit of texture, a little bit of flavours. Nothing to stop you adding, spices and sauces and things that you like. But this is the basis. You can make loads of different things from this.
Yeah.
And you can elaborate or obviously make it simpler, or just use what you've got in the fridge. The whole point of the community cook-along is so that you're actually making use, and you can basically open your fridge door and go, oh, that wasn't on the recipe card, but that would work. So as long as you follow the process of make sure the veg is ready, either defrosted or heated through gently, eggs, cheese, decorate the top with some, like, tomatoes adds that sweetness and a little bit different of texture, and then finish under the grill. And you can have it with pretty much anything. And then obviously, like Hannah said, you can have that once it's cold. You'll obviously be set. Nothing to stop you having that in your lunchbox afterwards. A little bit. Maybe not.
Someone's just said theirs is under the grill now because the eggs took a little while to set.
Again, so that's the thing. Like that's great that you've done that. The fact that you're watching it. Okay, so again, it's application of heat and knowing when you need to take it off. Okay, because if you put it under the grill too early, then obviously it potentially has the potential to burn, or the bits that are cooked and then the other bit. But it's great that you've done that and taken your time and just heated it through and followed along, and seen that when the eggs are ready to be cooked, then you can finish it off in the oven. That's well done. Really impressive.
And then someone else said, looking forward to having it for lunch tomorrow, which is perfect, because unless you do have lots of people eating it all at the same time, this is such a good one to have.
Hannah's going to take it home and have some green pasta and a frittata for lunch.
Can you believe I've still got green pasta left from last week? It was mad. So we've told you about next week. If you missed it earlier, we're doing a pea and bacon risotto and homemade garlic bread. Recipe card will get sent out prior to next Thursday, of course.
Also, let's not forget that Hannah said that she can get involved next week.
And I'm making the garlic bread. Now, if you were here last week, you might remember me saying I'm actually vegetarian. So, of course, we will not be cooking with real bacon. So we're actually going to be using a bacon substitute. So if you do have any non-meat eaters, or you don't eat pork, plant-based options, that's what we will be using, and you can do the same.
Couldn't you leave it out altogether?
You could leave it out altogether, or you could put something else in. You could do chicken, but for the sake of our recipe, obviously the instructions will be to do it with bacon, but we can adapt it.
And remember, you can still go and view last week's recipe, right?
Yeah, it should have been sent out to everybody.
So you can still go and review it. You can still share, like, get other people to come and like send us some pictures of what you've achieved and what you've done. Send us your feedback about if it was easy to follow, if the cameraman was dodgy when we got to the grill. Sorry about that. I was trying to juggle at the same time. And send us some pictures of the finished article. And then obviously, like, see if you like. It'd be great to see people around the dinner table eating all together. But I think that'd be a great picture for us to. And obviously, right underneath where you guys are from. And
we've got another vegetarian. Hooray! So yeah, brilliant. Well, I'm going to force Chris to, because Chris is not a vegetariarian, but he.
I can embrace vegetarianism.
But he will be eating what we're the plant-based option next week. So if you want to, other vegetarian on the group, use a plant-based option. Absolutely brilliant. So I think that's it. Now I think people are dropping off, so it looks like everyone's time for dinner now. Thank you so very much for joining us again. I hope you've learned some stuff. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Had fun in the kitchen. We can't wait to see you again next week.
Nobody cut themselves. Nobody burned themselves. Me mostly. And it tasted really good. And we look forward to seeing all of your examples and photographs and stories about how you got on. Yeah. And also, I'm really looking forward to Hannah getting stuck in next week, which is always good to know.
Yeah. Brilliant. Right.
Which part are you going to be getting stuck in with?
I'm going to do the garlic bread. Because I know you've got delicate hands, so you don't want to.
Is that an anger management thing? With the
no,
meaty thing?
No, I just love it. You just get covered in fat. It's fun. It's really fun.
Oh, good.
But yeah.
Shall I put some covers down just in case?
You might need to.
But listen, it's really good that you've all joined in, and I can't wait to hear about all your stories. You had loads come in last week, and hopefully we'll have some more this week. And like any questions as well, don't be afraid to obviously attach questions if you think about it afterwards while you're all sitting down having a chat. Lots of different questions will come up when you're obviously talking about those things. So don't be afraid to obviously just write them on there and send them over with your photographs and things like that, and let us know how you got on.
Thank you, everybody. Same time next week for our pea and bacon risotto and garlic bread. Hannah's garlic bread. Today's been on cheese and veg frittata. Thank you for joining us. See you next week. Bye. It hasn't ended.